what we're looking at today is step one. If you're looking at the 12-step approach, AA, NA, CA, HA, one of the first concepts they're going to teach you is that the body has a physical allergy. So, Mary, I went over this with you. It's just, if I put alcohol or drugs in my body, it's going to be hard to what?
Stop.
All right, so that's an abnormal reaction because most people, when they do put alcohol or drugs in their body, they have the ability to do what?
Stop.
All right, so how do you do when you do it?
Can't stop.
No shit. So when I put alcohol or drugs in my body, I'm just having a different response. That's one half of the equation, so I can't stop. Maybe I have to go to detox. The second half of the equation is I get sober. And Mary, I went over this with you before. As I get sober, the longer I stay sober, am I getting better or worse internally?
Worse.
All right, so as I stay sober longer, I'm internally getting worse, which is going to trigger the what?
Relapse.
So, and why is that going to happen, right? So, sober, I get internally worse, it triggers the mental component, and when that gets triggered, I relapse. Now, Mayor, after I relapse, remember what we went over up here, because my body has a what?
Allergy.
So because I have that, once I put it back in my body again, I'm going to hit the same point that I'm not going to be able to what?
Stop.
And then I'm going to go to detox number 2, I'm going to get sober, I'm going to get internally worse, and it's going to trigger the mental. Now one question would be, okay, how do I fix all of this? Well, I think the best thing you could do for the person is point them to recovery. Now, again, I say this each week, whether that's Dharma recovery, Celebrate recovery, Bible recovery, 12-step recovery, Smart recovery, you can do any of them. So that seems to be the premise from the 12-step model, which lines up with the word, I'm powerless. So I'm powerless when I'm in active addiction because of the what?
Allergy.
But I'm also powerless once I get sober because of the what?
Obsession.
So it strips away the idea that this has to be a what?
Choice.
So either it's a mental disorder or it's a choice. How you think about it, I think, dictates how it goes. You want to shift people out of thinking that way if powerless is true. That's it.